Caitlin Clark says, how do you say bang in Portuguese? It don't matter. Bang! For a preseason game, they flew up from Brazil, lost by 64, and got to make TikToks with Caitlin Clark after the game. Where do I sign up? Bang! Not sure why they played the game in Iowa, because Caitlin Clark, she was still shooting the shot from South America, baby. Pardon me, just trying to get through real quick. Sorry about that. Bang! Excuse me, ma'am. Hold on. I think you dropped something. Oh, it's a dime. Floater, look at that. Big it, bang, boom, 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 bang. And her misses are majestic and set up her teammates for success. Look at this soft bounce off the rim, put back by her teammate. Bang! Just stand in the corner, clap your heels together 3 times and cut to the basket. Caitlin Clark will find you every single...
Is it possible that one rising star's spotlight is casting a shadow too big for others to ignore? When Brazil rolls out royal treatment for Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese's reaction says more than words ever could. Caitlin Clark has done a lot of jaw-dropping things on the basketball court, deep threes, record-breaking performances, and game-changing passes, but nothing quite like what happened recently in Brazil. No. This wasn't a highlight reel dunk or a buzzer beater. It was something more surreal, more iconic. The entire Brazilian national team lined up, not to guard her, but to get her autograph. The same players who had just faced her on the court were now handing over their jerseys, smiling wide, and waiting patiently as Caitlin Clark signed them like a rock star meets royalty moment.
There you go. Guess what, guys?
Don't buy with that shot. I know, I'm crazy. After you do that, can we do it 6 times?
Team were lining up to get autographs. She signed their jerseys. They were getting them to sign. They were getting her to sign their jerseys. She was signing the players' jerseys. This is like Dream Team. This is literally like Dream Team stuff. We haven't seen this since the damn Dream Team. She is literally signing the jerseys of teams she played against. She is signing their jerseys. They're that much in awe of her.
This wasn't just fanfare. It was reverence. Brazil, a country whose lifeblood is soccer, just made space in their national sports identity to honor a 22-year-old WNBA player like a global icon. In a preseason exhibition game, no less. And here's the kicker. Angel Reese had faced that same Brazilian squad just days earlier and walked away with none of that love. A moment bigger than basketball. The entire scene looked like something out of a sports fantasy. Players from Brazil weren't just giving Clark a polite handshake.
They were there. They were knocking her on her ass a couple of times. They were being physical. They were denying her. They didn't try to stop during the game. They just did not have it. They're so excited. They're taking pictures with her after the game. They're taking pictures. They're taking pictures with her like...
They were giddy, holding out jerseys and phones like kids meeting their hero at Disneyland. Even the coach, a respected veteran who's likely seen more elite players than most fans can count, was visibly in awe.
How are you? Good, how are you?
Are you an amazing player? Congratulations.
Thanks.
You're changing the history in basketball.
I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
He didn't just offer a soundbite about how talented she is. He delivered a speech that sounded like he'd just witnessed the reincarnation of Michael Jordan in ponytail form. This wasn't admiration. It was something close to worship. And Caitlin? She handled it all with the same grace and humility that's quickly becoming her trademark.
The team she played against last night, and I understand a lot of this team was young, but the team she played against last night, getting pictures with Caitlin Clark at the end of the game, having her literally sign their jerseys, and those jerseys, you better believe the coach of the rival team being in shock. Like, this is the dream team. This is the dream team. This is the opponents getting pictures with the dream.
No ego, no entourage vibes, just a calm smile and a pen in hand. She stood there post-game, signing gear and chatting with players like it was just another night at the office. Except this office had just been turned into a global stage. Meanwhile, back in Angel Reese's world, while Caitlin was busy building international goodwill, Angel Reese was, well, scrolling Twitter and dodging fans. The contrast couldn't be more striking.
Angel Reese is now quoted as saying, "I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, The reason why we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. She refuses to say Caitlin Clark's name. It's because of Me Too, and I want you to realize that.
While Caitlin was getting jerseys handed to her like sacred relics, Reese was busy blocking commenters and making statements like, "I'm the reason people watch women's basketball too." Sure, Angel has her fans. She's talented and outspoken, and she certainly knows how to market herself. But if respect is a currency, Caitlin's account is overflowing, while Reese keeps trying to write checks that bounce. When has a foreign coach raved about Angel's performance? When has an opposing national team lined up for selfies like she's the main event? The truth stings, and right now, Reese seems to be feeling every bit of it, the Brazilian seal of approval. What makes this moment even more surreal is that it happened in Brazil, a country where basketball doesn't typically eclipse soccer or volleyball. Yet, there they were, young players and seasoned coaches alike, fawning over Caitlin like she was a visiting head of state. They didn't just respect her game, they were starstruck. And it wasn't just empty praise. Brazil threw everything at her during the game.
I think we know that we can be the best front court in this league, so just trying to do the best as we can. I think in this offseason, we got the shooters that we needed, and as you can see tonight, we had some great shooters out there, which spaces out for both of us. So I think we're in a great direction.
Zone defense, full court pressure, trap plays, nothing worked. Caitlin read the floor like an open book and delivered one highlight after another. In just 18 minutes of playtime, yes, less than the runtime of a sitcom, she left the court having redefined the meaning of domination, not just with points, but with presence. Why Caitlin stands apart? Let's be honest, women's basketball is finally having its moment, and Caitlin Clark is one of the major reasons why. She's not out here picking Twitter fights or demanding the spotlight. She earns it. Her skill set is elite, her leadership is authentic, and her presence makes fans, young and old, male and female, fall in love with the game all over again. She doesn't chase moments, she creates them. You can tell a lot about a player by how opponents treat them after the game. Some players walk off to silence, others get grudging respect. But Caitlin? She gets standing ovations in multiple languages. She gets her rivals' jerseys handed over like she's the Pope blessing holy artifacts. Meanwhile, Angel Reese can't even get a meme to go viral without controversy. Let's not confuse popularity with prestige.
Proper footage of the Brazilian national team dancing on Caitlin Clark logo at Carver Arena. Man, a lot of people had mixed reviews about it. Well, it looked like that wasn't the only clip because the entire team got in on the action, bruh. Got in on the jumping on Caitlin Clark logo, stomping on.
Reese talks about being the moment, but Caitlin Clark is the movement. Her game speaks louder than any interview, tweet, or endorsement ever could. A performance for the ages. Brazil didn't just lose the game, they became part of basketball history. From her opening pull-up three to a ridiculous logo shot that closed the third quarter, Clark had the arena eating out of the palm of her hand. Her passes? Surgical. Her vision? Unmatched. Her vibe? Pure electricity. She played just 18 minutes, but left the kind of impression most players dream of after an entire season. Brazil didn't need a scouting report to see what was happening. They saw greatness in action, and they responded the only way fans and athletes know how, with admiration, applause, and autographs. The world is watching. Let's make something clear. Caitlin Clark isn't just America's darling anymore. She's a global phenomenon. From Iowa gyms to Brazilian arenas, she commands attention. Not with noise, but with game. Not with drama, but with dominance.
First look at Caitlin Clark in her second WNBA season, and she did not disappoint. She was raining threes, her handle looked tighter than ever, her vision was on point, and she brought this energy, and she brought the crowd, and everything was just electric because she was on the...
So while Angel Reese rewrites her tweets to exclude Caitlin's name from any compliments, the rest of the world is writing her name in gold, because Caitlin Clark didn't come to play for clout. She came to change the game. And whether it's signing a jersey, dropping a deep three, or turning international rivals into raving fans.
Oh boy, did that feel good. Did that feel good from Caitlin Clark opening up the game, pull-up three, bang, to the logo three to close the third quarter, walking off to a standing ovation. Caitlin Clark pulling up from 36 feet out. From start to finish, there was never a doubt in our mind. There was never a time where we even thought to ourselves, is this game going to be close? Indiana comes out, 8-0 run, close out the first quarter, close out the second quarter, close out the third quarter, sit our starters in the fourth quarter, and by the time it's all said and done, the Indiana Fever score more than double.
One thing's for certain. When Caitlin Clark steps on the court, the world takes notice. And Angel Reese, she might want to start doing more than just watching. Do you think Angel's jealousy is justified? Or is Caitlin just getting the recognition she deserves? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the latest drama and highlights in women's basketball.